Hello and welcome to the International Pentagon Challenge. My name is Kyanite and together we'll be embarking on a very special Football Manager journey where we'll aim to try and win every major international competition in all 5 continents, forcing our hand to play with hundreds of different types of players and most importantly hopefully create loads of awesome different types of tactics along the way. Once that's complete, only then are we allowed to set our sights on the biggest of all goals, the FIFA World Cup. How many nations will we have to manage until we work our way to the top? How many dodgy names will we have to pronounce along the way? So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully we're going to have a lot of fun along the way. Alright, hello everyone, welcome to episode 86 of the International Pentagon Challenge, and it is of course our first of 2 Nations League Division A Group 2 matches against England. Now they drew their first game against Bulgaria 4-4, so what we know is that they can certainly score goals, but they can certainly concede them as well. They're playing the 4-2-3-1 that we expected, and Callum Steele is going to be the more defensive of the 2 fullbacks. The reality of the situation is, I've said this before, I'll say it again, when we're a strong team like Spain, I tend to focus more on what we're doing rather than trying to tailor that to the opposition. Whitehead is incredibly pacey. Whether or not that against our high line will cause us problems is something that really waits to be seen. Now, both Eze, who got the assist against us in the World Cup when they beat us when we were managing Mexico in the World Cup quarterfinals, he got the assist. He's very pacey, and so is Falconer on the right-hand side. Whether that is going to result in issues for both Jimenez and Alvarez to try and keep up with, we'll have to wait and see. You're probably wondering where on earth is the ball-playing defender I mentioned in the last episode. I called him up and then he got injured again, and the other Alvarez up front is also injured. He's out for a while, unfortunately, which means that King Julian is now going to be playing on the left-hand side, and Aketekse, don't know how to say that, is now going to be playing on the right-hand side, and I think it's an abomination that our striker is number 3. I had no idea our striker was number 3. Why is our striker number 3? He's number 17 for Real Madrid, so why is he number 3 for Spain? That is very annoying. So there we go. Obviously, those that remember will know that England beat Spain in the last Euros, obviously before I was the Spain manager, and obviously try and deal with England's wide men. We are going to ensure that we have man marking in place. One thing I am going to do, just to play it safe early on, is reduce our defensive line to slightly higher. That is going to be it. And like I said, you know, this is a 3rd game we manage as Spanish manager, and while we've had 2 wins in 2, we are still tweaking as we go along and learning more and more about our players. You may have noticed, wow, why is Raul on 84%? Well, basically, I dropped Carl's Gill because he was on 85% and replaced him with Raul, but didn't notice that Raul was on 84%. That's backfired. Ogude comes back into the side because of some of the lads that we obviously have out. And on that note, let's begin. So I think it's safe to say that over the years, ever since we took England to the World Cup and got knocked out in the groups, they have kind of become a bit of a bogey side for whichever other kind of team I'm managing at the time. But let's see what we can do. Roberto, oh no, loses the ball in a very, very poor position there. Perkins is now through, and I think Villanova just about managed to get his hands on that. I'm not really quite sure what happened there, to be precise. We've also changed our corner routine around a little bit to try and get the ball to 200 centimeters tall Miguel at the near post to see if that, you know, makes a difference. Because one of the issues was that we're trying to do in-swinging corners towards the head of Miguel, but we don't actually have any decent left-footed corner takers for the left-hand side. So we'll see what happens now that we're trying to mix it up. Atekse tries to cross the ball into Matuzambe. I still need to get used to some of these names. And yeah, we go from there. Roberto heads the ball on, but our midfield can't win the ball. Perkins through ball towards Whitehead, and Soler just about gets rid of the ball, or does he? Perkins shoots from a distance, but it's cleared. And that is an early warning sign there. So Soler is kind of one of our 34-year-old centre-backs, and it looks like Whitehead is going to be causing him problems, mainly down the middle. So for that reason, I'm just going to swap him and Roberto around, and hopefully Alvarez, with his 13 tackling, can also, you know, try and make up for the fact that Soler is going to be a bit slow down that left-hand side. So throw in Alvarez, finds Antony. The two Spaniards looking to link up down this English left-hand side. Julian now gets tackled, but, well, apparently he got the ball there. I think he may just have done, but our big man at the back in the form of Miguel is able to win it aerially. We do give the ball away again, though, but we reclaim it. It's back and forth like crazy now. Even though we're told to retain possession, our players still hoof it forwards to number 3 up front. I don't know what we do with the number 3 up front. So we're looking a bit deep now, has to be said. England far too much time on the ball, and England have been the better team so far. Perkins plays the ball through towards Kingsley Eze, and, well, England go 1-0 up, and it's the wide areas that have come to haunt us. A very, very, very sloppy goal to concede. But hey, it's what Football Manager is about, right? So what we're going to do is try and change this around. We are going to go more attacking. I feel like we are going to have to do that. We'll go short to passing, but don't necessarily look to retain possession. Give the lads a bit more freedom as well. And really go from there. If it seems like England is still piling on the pressure, now that I've kind of loosened the leash of some of our more attacking players, then we'll consider a potential change of formation, a change of shape. So Alvarez, ready to cross the ball in. It's cleared by Warner, picks it up again. Raul shoots from a distance, but it does, unfortunately, go wide of the target. I mean, this is the away kind of leg for us in this group. It's not a leg as such, but obviously we play each other twice. So a draw here against England wouldn't necessarily be the end of the world. You know, take a point and then beat them in Spain. Because let's be honest, when the England lads go to Spain, they're probably going to treat it like a holiday anyways. Falconer shoots and can't hit the target. So we've had a lot of possession, but really, we've not had many chances on goal. Raul plays the ball back towards Miguel, who gives the ball away. Perkins now, he'll easily be able to manoeuvre past Miguel. And it's far too easy for England there. Far, far too easy. And we're going to have to change this around now. Yeah, it's time to make a change. So I'm going to make them changes now. Okay, so we've gone to this kind of makeshift-ish 4-2-3-1. Yeah, Molina's going to be subbed on for Miguel. We won't really see him in action with his set pieces. And other than that, really, it stays the same. Obviously, both fullbacks are on attack because we need to get that ball forwards, really. I will turn look for overlap on. That'll slow us down once we get into the final third. But I really do feel like, given what I've seen in the past from these guys, their crossing ability should be able to maybe buy us a goal or two. And I also want to change this lad to a poacher because he always seems to perform a little bit better when he's a poacher, despite what his attributes suit more, really. But again, you know, it is a learning curve for us, not just in terms of tactically what we're looking to do with this formation, but a learning curve for us in terms of managing the Spaniards. Because we've had two relatively easy games. I mean, yes, we beat the Netherlands 6-1. But the problem is with games like that, where you just win 6-1, you don't learn anything from those types of games. And we're certainly learning from this game so far. And, you know, it means that in the future, when we come up against better sides like this English side that have pacey wingers, we'll hopefully be better prepared for it. So Soler is going to play the ball. That's just not good enough. That's just absolutely dreadful. That is absolutely dreadful. Dropping defensive line could maybe help that. Goalkeeper's a sweeper keeper. He's trying to play out from the back, but evidently that was a bit of a struggle there. Not sure really whether the keeper was at fault or the fullback who went to sleep, who was really at fault. Okay, well, you know, you look at the positives, good conversion of final third entries. We struggle for possession, actually. Alvarez has lost a lot of possession. So let's get a bit aggressive because we wanted to go into this and get revenge against this England side. And so far, it's not quite really materialise for us as such. So Gil will come on, and Manzaniga hasn't had the best of games. And then we don't exactly have very physical strikers as opposed to the English centre-backs. So we have one more sub left. The question is, do I use that substitution now? I think we are going to have to save it for later. King Julian and Architects haven't had the best of games, have they? We're going to go a bit more balanced. Let's try and get the ball down the flank, shall we? It's kind of reaching a scenario now where I'm running out of ideas. Just realised as well that I did actually forget to set my opposition instructions. I usually come in here and set these guys to be shown onto their opposite foot. I do find it makes a difference personally. The problem was that Miguel really is faster than 34-year-old Soler, but we kept Soler on and took Miguel off because he was obviously yellow carded. Oh God, he's hit the bar. I mean, it looked like it wasn't going to be an easy angle anyways. So the fact that he hit the bar from there I think was still pretty impressive. But anyways, Atexe finds Mozambique. I think we're going to just end up calling him Mozambique. Antony out wide towards Alvarez. He's good enough to take on these players here. Molina. Oh, poor ball. And Hall goes again and whips that ball forwards towards the English. Julian drills a ball across the goal. And oh, we can't score. We can't score. I thought it would just about parry in there, but we still can't score. Can't fault the boys so far this second half. We're huffing and puffing, but we just can't break the English door down just yet. Molina trying to cement his place in this squad. It's the first time I properly take a look at him actually in this game. Shoots, and it's wide. Obviously not an ideal shot there from distance, but could have won as a corner. And you can see now we are starting to put the pressure on. England are starting to cave in, and we've just got to keep this up basically. Manzanek towards King Julian. Atexe with the header, and it's wide of the target. And that has really been the difference so far between us and England. I don't think it's the quality of the chances. I think it's the finishing of the chances, which I always seem to have a problem with this year on Football Manager for some strange reason. Bit of a lazy pass there. Antony is looking tired in midfield. The second I say that, turns into N'Golo Kante and wins the ball back. Villanova gives the ball away because he's, a fantastic sweeper keeper, and England go on to make it 3-0. What are they doing? Ugh. That's 2 goals now. 2 goals that has stemmed from him giving the ball away. I'm not pleased with that. I think we're going to have to turn him back to a normal goalkeeper. The reason why he's on sweeper keeper is because when we play with that 3 at the back, we play with that really high defensive line. But it's really, unfortunately, it's reached that point now where I'm going to make one more substitution and then just basically, sit back and, unfortunately, enjoy what's going to be an incredibly convincing English win against us. And, well, we've made all 3 substitutions, and Julian has to now suddenly come off injured. And, just when you think this game can't get from bad to worse, it does. Good interception from Roberto. Can we keep the attack alive? I mean, you don't want to play long balls forward like that towards the English centre-backs. Villarreal, or whatever he's called in goal. Mozambique. Come on, lad. 1-on-1. Good finish there from Mozambique. Picks the ball up. Well done. Glad to see him get on the score sheet. Glad to see Molina also get an assist. You look at the match stats. We've matched them, but it's just... I don't know. It'll be even worse now if we make it 3-2. Good catch from Alex Hall. I don't want to sound kind of disrespectful towards England, even though England always produce way penalty. Even though England always produce way better regens on this game than the quality they probably produce in real life. Over the bar, he wanted his hat-trick there, didn't he? But as Spain, these are the kinds of teams we need to be beating. And this result hasn't been good enough. We've been pretty good when it comes to getting revenge against teams when we take over new jobs. See, teams that kind of, like for example, when we took over England and beat Italy twice after Italy knocked us out the Euros then. apparently we're being shown Croatia, Wales, Albania and Cyprus. We had that same bug in the last episode. And I think we are going to have to aggressively tell the boys we're not happy with the result. I mean, tactically, should I have known better than to play a back three against those pacey English wingers? Maybe I underestimated them. We certainly looked better after kind of switching to that makeshift 4-2-3-1. But I think we have to take this and learn from it when we play England again. So, yes, that'll probably leave England top of the group because they've got 1 win and 1 draw, whilst we've got 1 win and 1 loss. The Bulgaria game will be played off camera next, and then the next episode will be our game against England again. If England beat Bulgaria, that would leave them on 7 points, which would basically, it would guarantee them finishing top of the group. If England slip up against Bulgaria, then it could be all to play for. So, yeah, if you enjoyed the video, I certainly didn't, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and as always, thanks for watching.